Whether you're a rate chaser or just asking yourself, what's a good bank? You gotta know what rates are out there. And just because a bank has a good rate, doesn't mean it's a good bank. That means it's time for the Battle of the Banks for July 2025. We've got 4 winners, 4 losers, but which one will take the top spot? We're gonna find out. Let's go! As we go through the banks, we're going to be looking for 5 different things. No fees, no initial deposits or ongoing balance requirements, no direct deposit requirements, they gotta be FDIC insured, and of course, they gotta have a good rate. To see what a good bank is, we gotta see what a bad bank is. And first up on the loser board is CIT Bank. Let's take a look at what they've got. We've got some good, we've got some bad here. So right here in the corner, boom, FDIC insurance, bing, okay. But right here in large text, we see 4.0 APY. That's mid, it's lukewarm.
Allow me to present Man Not Caring.
I shall spit thee from my mouth, sir. And right here, balances of $5,000 or more, $100 minimum opening deposit. The 5,000 thing, not everyone has $5,000. I mean, come on, guys. What are you doing? Like, it cost $100 to open the account. All right, fine. I would rather have it be 0. And if you're gonna open an account, you probably have $100 already. I hope. But $5,000? And if you go 4,999, what happens? What happens if I want to spend some of that money? What happens if I go under 5,000? You get like 0.25%. Absolute trash of a rate. So you gotta stay above $5,000. It's like you're locked in to having over 5,000 in this account because of their stupid rules. I do respect that they come up with these rules right here on the front of the webpage. I mean, that's something. We scroll down a little more, we do see that they don't have any fees, so that's decent. The mid rate and the $5,000, I'm out. First up on the winner board is Peak Bank. And if we go to their website, literally everything you need to know is right here on this page. They are FDIC insured, we can see that at the top. They have a 4.44 APY, which is a good bump up from the 4 that we saw with CIT.
Well, I guess it is a pretty good size.
There are no fees, and it does cost $100 to open. You know my thoughts on that. I read through the whole thing. There is no direct deposit requirements. We scroll down to the bottom. They do have an app, so you can get to it from the web, and also they have an app, and both platforms have very good reviews. I do have an account with them, and we can take a look at the interface real quick. Let's see, on the side we have dashboard, messages, accounts, transfers, remote deposits, IBF credit card login, and support. There in the center, we see our account. So I got my $100 in there. Down at the bottom, the middle, we see our transactions, so all the money coming in and out, and also interest paid. Scrolling down a little bit on this dashboard here, we see transfers, any cards that we have. It's pretty basic. If we click into our account, we can see a more detailed view. Statements, spending, opening account, stop payments, and settings. We can see that we're getting the good rates and all the interest and stuff that we've earned so far. Guys, Peak Bank is a really basic bank. They have this really standard interface. I know of a few other banks that have this exact same interface. It's a no-hassle bank. You open an account very quickly, you put your money in there, you let it grow, no rules, no hassle, and you take it out when you need it.
This pleases me.
That's why Peak Bank is on the winner board. Next up on the loser board is Amex. And I almost don't want to crap on Amex because I really want to like them. And let's see why. So we can see here that they are FDIC insured. So bing, that's 1. But if we scroll down a little bit, 3.6% rate. Oh, I can't get on board with the 3.6. No fees to open, no minimum deposits, and no monthly fees. Those are huge boxes checked. But man, I can't get behind the rate. They are obviously a huge name. Everyone knows about them. Your money is obviously going to be safe there. But it's just like the big name feel goods and warm and fuzzies that people like. Every bank gets the same FDIC insurance. So for me, I'm going to go with smaller banks. But if for whatever reason you like Amex and you really want to open up an account with them, good for you. I am honestly happy for you. But it's just the rate, man. I did read through this whole thing. They don't have any direct deposit requirements. The rate just doesn't stack up for me. That's why they're on the loser board. Next up on the winner board is Vibrant Credit Union, and I just discovered them recently. You can see they have a 4.5% APY. Not too shabby there, Vibrant. Let's take a look. We scroll down just a little bit more. No monthly fees, no balance required. Yes.
Well, thank you.
Move money. One would hope that you can move money. Oh, they have bill pay. You can get the goods right here. So their thing is they have a cap of $15,000. So if you go over that, then you'll still earn the interest on 0 to 15,000. Anything over is going to be 1%. So I would recommend this for an emergency fund if you have $15,000 or less, which is probably most people. Honestly, if I had more than 15 grand, I would probably put that in some other kind of investments, some mutual funds or something. But you can see here, they go through the whole thing. No fees, no balance requirements, unlimited transfers, no minimum debit transactions per month, and dividends paid monthly. Oh, y'all, I'm having flashbacks. I did a credit union review, and to get like the really good rate, it was like a 7% rate. It was an insane rate, but you had to like swipe your debit card like 15 times. Sometimes it was 30 times. Absolutely insane. So no junk BS from these guys. Generally with credit unions, you need to live in a certain area in order to join that credit union. But here you can be a Vibrant member no matter where you live. I have done this before. I joined a credit union that was in like Louisiana. I had to like make a donation to their community fund, and then I was able to join. And before we move on, Vibrant Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. It is a different type of insurance for credit unions. It is by the federal government, so we can rest easy.
You made it this far, you dig the vibe. So go ahead and hit subscribe.
Next up on the loser board, we are crapping on Discover today. They're obviously a huge name in the credit card industry, but when it comes to their savings account, they don't quite measure up. Let's take a look. No monthly fees, no minimum deposits, no monthly balance requirements, 100% US-based customer service. They have people. That's nice. They are FDIC insured. I have read through this whole thing. They don't have any direct deposit requirements. So Andy, what's not to like? The 3.6 APY. You're killing me. You're killing me, Discover, with the 3.6. Another one of these banks that I really want to like, but the rate comes short, man. You got so far and I tried so hard and got so far. So it is with deepest regret that I have to put Discover on the loser board. Next up on the winner board is PieBank. And you can see right here why they've been on the list for such a long time. A 4.6 APY smacking you in the face. Bam! No fees, no minimum balance, FDIC insured. I've read through the whole thing. They don't have any direct deposit requirements. Look at this little guy. He's got growth goals. He's been eating his Mr. Beast bars. He's gonna grow big and strong, just like your savings is. Hello. Couple things to note about these guys is that they are app only. They do not have a website. So if you prefer a website, maybe go with someone else. If you like an app, stick with these guys. Number two thing to note is that these guys do wire transfers. So if you're going to put your money into PieBank, they use Plaid, which is a very standard way of transferring money. However, if you want to transfer your money from PieBank to your current bank that you have right now, you need to do a wire transfer. For me and my Wells Fargo, they don't charge a fee for wire transfers like that. But your bank might charge a fee. So you're gonna wanna make sure that you're not gonna get whacked with a fee if you do any transfers out of PieBank. I do have an account with PieBank, and we can take a look at the interface real quick. All right, when you open up the PieBank app, this is what you're gonna see. So you got your balance right there. I got a good chunk of change in there. And at the bottom is going to be transactions, wire transfers, deposit money, and some help. And if you're to tap the yellow balance or the transaction button in the corner, you're going to be taken to the screen. It just has a list of your transactions, money coming in and out, and the interest earned. There's not much else. So if we look at the hamburger menu, it shows pretty much the stuff we've already seen. We can see accounts, wires, profile, deposit money, FAQs. It's really pretty basic. I love PieBank because their savings account is the only product that they have. They don't hassle you with other stuff. It's very easy to set up. You put your money in, you take your money out. It's very easy, and that's why they're on the winner board. Our top loser today is Presidential Bank. Let's take a look why. We can see here up at the top, they are FDIC insured. Okay, good for them. That's one. Right here, smack dab. Advantage savings, 4.5% APY. Sounds decent. But when we look right here, $5,000 minimum to open. Yikes. You know my thoughts on that. I want you to start saving where you're at, not when you have to save up $5,000.
$5,000? I don't have $5,000.
I know.
Let's keep reading. Earn a 4.5 APY on daily balances when you maintain an Advantage checking account. And earn a middling 4.0 APY without Advantage checking account. Well, opening up a checking account is not a deal breaker. I've had to do this before, it's okay. I want that good rate, baby. What do we gotta do? Let's check out this checking. If we scroll down, we see checking plus, money market checking, regular checking, special checking. None of these are Advantage checking. Remember when PieBank had only one product to offer? Yeah, where's Advantage checking? If we go up here at the top and we hover over personal banking checking. Okay, so if we click checking, we can see Advantage checking. What's this? 0.62? That's better than the 4.5 we were getting before. What gives? I do think it's kind of weird that they have the better rate in their checking account. Wouldn't you want to like store all your money in the savings account and get the good rate? Kind of weird, but here we see, let's zoom into this graphic here, 4.62, $500 minimum to open. Kind of crappy. On balances up to $25,000 and 3.62 on higher than that. Okay. I'm kind of out already, but let's pretend I wasn't. What's more detail? Click account details, right next to open account, Advantage checking, open an account. You notice how there's all these open account buttons buried behind a sea of fine print? That's sus. Okay. Let's pick out this right here, an electronic monthly deposit of $500 or more from payroll, pension, social security, blah, 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 every single month. Yikes. So we got the savings account, $5,000 minimum to open, and we have to open a checking account. Requires $500 at first, and every month you gotta put $500 in there to get the decent rates. This is the kind of malarkey that you gotta look for when you open an account.
This is malarkey.
And that is why Presidential is the top loser. Our top winner today is Roger Bank. Woo! I found out about these guys by someone leaving me a comment telling me to check them out. All right, let's go. If you have a bank you want me to check out, leave me a comment. I'll put it on the list. So Roger Bank is marketed as a military bank, but they let the average Andy open an account. They're not too picky. You can see here at the top, they are FDIC insured. Hello, thank you, sir. They do have an app. They do make you open a checking account, which in this case was not an issue because it automatically opens. I just put a couple of dollars in there and I moved on with life. They do have a 2% interest on their checking account, which is mighty generous. That's impressive, 2% on a checking account. No fees and crap like you'd expect. Their savings account, humbly buried down below, I don't know why, 4.65 on the savings account rate. My goodness. That is a big rate. Zooey doggies. There is no minimum deposit requirement. There are no fees. There's no direct deposit shenanigans. These guys are the real deal. But it gets better. As I said, I do have an account with them. Let's check it out. So there's everything like you'd expect. They have your account dashboard, checking and savings. I've only got a few dollars in the checking. You can see I'm slowly transferring money from PieBank into Roger Bank. They do credit score monitoring. I don't think any of the other banks that we've talked about today have credit score monitoring. So that's pretty impressive. You can see all of the transactions and blah, blah, blah. But what makes these guys stand out amongst all the others is they have spending tracking and then they have budgeting tools as well, which I've never seen in any bank. I've opened up like 15 of these accounts. I have never seen anyone do budgeting as well. So if we go down here, we can see your spending goals. If you wanted to set aside money for car repairs or new shoes or a concert or put on a new roof of your house, you could divide up that money and keep track of those spending goals. Not only that, they have like budgeting. So if you wanted to divide up and track your bills, your mortgage, your electricity, your cable bill, your phone bill, you can do that all through the standard Roger Bank platform. So if you're in the market, give Roger or any of these winner banks a shot. Let me know in the comments what you think. Go Crush!